Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Moe.
Here.
Trustee Diatley.
Here.
Trustee Harney. Here. Trustee McGuire.
Here.
Trustee Thomas. Trustee Thorne. Here.
We have 5 out of the 6 of trustees in attendance. We have a forum. We have a meeting. We do have a request from the missing trustee to attend remotely due to reason number 3.
Reed's correct.
That trustee is Mrs. Kelly Thomas. Kelly, are you with us?
She is not.
She is not. Okay, she is attempting to.
There she is.
Okay,
Muted though. She can hear us, but we can't hear her.
she can hear us, but we can't hear her.
No. She was having trouble unmuting. And I've never used phone. She says, I'm in now. Can you hear us?
No. Okay, well, Kelly has requested permission to attend remotely. She's attempting to connect. We do need a motion to approve, this request.
I move.
Second.
Moved by Bo, seconded by Thorne to approve, trustee Kelly Thomas attending remotely via Zoom. Any comments, questions, or discussion on it? If not, all those in favor of allowing Kelly to attend remotely signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Kelly, you can attend remotely when you get connected. We will talk to you then. In the meantime, we will proceed.
For clarification, I should have mentioned it earlier, she'll be allowed, because other government bodies do it differently. She'll be allowed to participate naturally and allowed to vote.
Yep.
Okay.
She said she's on, but she can't hear us. Or we can't hear her. So I don't, has anybody ever used Zoom just dialing in on a phone?
I've done it.
Yeah, tell her
I
quickly
do it through a
download
link.
the app. It should take only about 10 seconds to download the app.
Well, then you got to install it, and then they got to do the upgrade.
Oh.
You know, the
It's
update,
always an update on Zoom.
always updates. Okay, while we attempt to get Kelly on the line, we will continue with the agenda items. The next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of March 4th, 2024. We have a motion to approve.
So moved. Second, Diatley.
Moved by Harney, seconded by Diatley to approve the minutes of the board meeting of March 4th, 2024. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Well, she's not really voting.
Aye.
She'll do a roll call.
Hmm?
She still do a roll call even though she's,
When she joins in,
gotcha, okay.
we'll do the roll call.
Okay.
Okay, that is correct. I forgot, remote attendee will require all votes to be by voice. So once Kelly joins, we'll go back to voice, but I did ask for a voice vote on the minutes. We had 5 affirmative votes and no negative votes on that, if I recall. Okay, so the minutes pass. All right, the next item is the president's report. And the president's report, we start out with the civility pledge. And we got a newbie out there hiding behind Mr. Hoff. I will let him start off with reading the civility pledge.
No, I haven't seen it before. This is every week. I've seen it before.
Every
Go for
other
it.
week.
In the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, acknowledging that we all are striving to support and improve our community, and understanding that we each may have different ideas for achieving this objective.
Nailed it.
See you next week.
All right, thanks. Okay, the next item is the village survey. I understand that we have some 82 copies of the survey returned.
Yes, we have 82 returned. I've input 45 of them. I can say that it's very heavily on people who've been here 20+ years. Of the returns. Question came to me about stuffing the ballot box, I will know. Because all of them are printed out in a certain paper and stuff like that, and if it's photocopied, I'm gonna know the difference between the paper. I'm gonna put those on the side. I'll count them, but I'm also gonna asterisk them. So, if there's comments on it, I'm also, putting those comments down with each of the items. One person gave a 2-page letter on top of the survey response. So I've documented that too. And it's my, hope that, when all the results are in, I'm gonna post the raw data on the website. So if someone wants to, peruse it, they're able to do that. There won't be, if any of the comments has, personal information, that'll be redacted, but, so far there hasn't been any personal information that was in there. I don't know who's turning them in, because if they come in with the vehicle stickers, we separate them out and it just goes into a stack. And as I get time, I put it in, so I'm not, lining them up with any particular person. So,
80 some odd already, and this is only through the weekend of March. Yeah, that's pushing almost to 10%. So that's a pretty good turnout response. And it is a survey questionnaire. It is not some ballot that needs to be voted upon. There's nothing binding on this. We're just seeing what direction the wind is blowing. So that was the purpose of the survey. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the Service Club has requested that the board waiver the solicitor's fees that we collect when people go door to door. If you recall, we've done this in the past. One of the recent ones was the Girl Scout issue with the cookies. We gave them about 6-8 weeks, window that they could do their work without having to go through the solicitor's fee situation with the police. And the Service Club with their fundraiser has asked that we are under the same kind of an agreement with them. And I think we should do so. So if someone would like to make a motion.
I move. Second.
Moved by Bo, seconded by McGuire, to authorize the Service Club to have a waiver of solicitor fees for the village for their fundraiser for the 4th of July and fireworks. Okay, any comments, questions, or discussion on that? If not, well, let's see, it's a monetary fund
And
and
Kelly's on.
Kelly is on, so we've got a roll call vote.
Okay, trustee McGuire,
Aye.
trustee Thomas.
Aye.
Perfect. Trustee Harney, welcome.
Aye.
Trustee Diatley,
Aye.
trustee Thorne,
Hi.
trustee Bo.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes, the motion so carries. Thank you all. Okay, the president's report, that's about it. The one last thing I do have, I have been contacted by Mr. Raybeck, the owner of the self-storage property on Main Street, 1601 West Main. He has requested permission to, or is requesting an extension to his special use permit, which, if you remember, expires the 17th of April. So he is asked to be on the agenda April 1st, requesting an extension of that special use permit. So just a heads up that will be on the agenda for April 1st. Okay, that's it for the president's report. Move on to the clerk's report.
I only just want to thank Sharon again, because she has been so helpful with all the little things I don't know about the village while Tony's been gone, so.
You don't know anything about the village?
No, all the little things about the computer and where files are and how the copier works and all the little things, and that way I don't have to bug Eugene all the time too, so.
Okay, we'll let Sharon know.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Planning and zoning, no report this evening. Attorney's report, there's nothing from the attorney this evening. Engineer, he's got the 2024 street program beginning to rock and roll, and we've got the maintenance engineering agreement to approve this evening on his behalf. In your packet, you will see the, what's it?
DLR 05520.
Okay. Easier me finding my glasses. That is the maintenance engineering agreement with the engineers that we have to have on file with the state so that he can continue working through his bid estimates and getting that ready to go out for publication. Any questions on the BLR 05520 form? Being none, authorization for the village president to sign this on behalf of the request of the village engineer.
I'll move.
Second.
Moved by McGuire, seconded by Harney to authorize the village president to sign the BLR 05520 form as provided by the village engineer. Any comments, questions, or discussion? There being none, roll call please.
Trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Trustee Harney.
Aye.
Trustee Diatley.
Aye.
Trustee Bo.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Thomas.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes. Motion so carries. Thank you all. Okay, that is it for the engineer's report. And the next item on the agenda is the Director of Finance, Mr. Van.
Like approval for the accounts payable in the amount of $122,165.77.
So moved. Second, yeah.
Moved by Thorne, seconded by Diatley to approve the accounts payable for March 15th, 2024 in the amount of $122,165.77.
Okay, Trustee Thomas.
Aye.
Trustee Harney.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Harney.
Aye again.
I got Aaron twice. Trustee McGuire.
Aye.
I thought I changed those. Trustee Diatley.
Aye.
Trustee Bo.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes, and motion so carries. Thank you.
At the last meeting, we discussed, increasing the flat rate for the sewer to $100. I did a little bit of an analysis and, it's averaging, about, 6,000 gallons, during the winter for, the flat rate people. And I know on some of those, homes, they're snowbirds, so they're actually overpaying by not having the water meter. And I think we're down to four people who have not gotten the meter. So the request then would be to raise the flat rate to $100. Is that something we would want to do today?
Yes.
Can
I speak with so yeah, Eugene and Wendy reached out and they ran the numbers and we're currently doing $75 there's only 4 residents still left. They happen to be on well and they don't have wastewater meters. So we have to base it on an average. And now that the other 10 or 11 residents near them have had these wastewater sewage meters, we've been able to take the average of those homes so that they're more representative of the 4 who still don't have the meter. And based on that average, since we've started making the change, we're finding that $75 isn't sufficient to cover the sewage rate that we need to send to West Dundee. So we ran the numbers. They're going about between 5,000 and 6,000 gallons a month. And as Eugene said, it's even during winter time. So we'd like to raise it from $75 to $100. It comes to about $94, $95, give or take some change, but just accounting for a plus or minus of the differences, we were thinking $100. And then come the end of summer, looking into fall, and we've had a chance to assess what the water is that they're being used, the wastewater that they're using in summertime, we'll reassess that amount. It's not a whole lot, but it's a little something that's actually helping balance the sewer budget since we've been under it and we're discussing that in the last budget. This will account for about $100 a month, so $1,200 in a year to reconcile that difference. And then for some of them, it'll be much more accurate readings, and hopefully we'll get them all on meters within a nearer time span.
We are required by
Right.
agreement.
I know,
Right.
and we're required within time span, but I know that I'm hoping we can get sooner than closer to the end of that contract and agreement.
What happens once they're on, what happens once they're in agreement or has the meter then?
Well, by getting we have an agreement with West Dundee that we have to fulfill, where those residents who are unwell have to have a wastewater meter. Because there's otherwise no way to figure out how much they're using the sewer because their water all goes through their well. And
So, but I guess what I should have been more correct. So that $100, is that for those 4 households or for the 110 households?
for the 4 households
Okay.
that are on well, and we don't have a way of registering how much sewage they use, so it's
Okay.
based off of an average and as much as specific as we can get without there having an actual meter, and hopefully we will get closer to that. So. yeah.
Okay, so the motion,
So we would need a motion to raise the
flat
flat
rate,
sewer rate to $100 per month.
I move.
Second.
moved by Bo, seconded by Thorne to raise the flat rate sewer rates from $75 per month.
To take effect May 1st.
Thank you. Just gonna do that.
Does that agree with you on the second?
Mark,
No,
on the
Mark.
second?
What?
I nodded. Do you agree on the second that it can effective May 1st?
Sure.
We just changed the motion first.
The amendment was, or the motion was amended by Mr. Van. The person making the motion accepted the amendment to her motion. You accepted the amendment to her motion on your second.
That was not reflected in the minutes.
I don't think it's but it reflects the way the process flows.
I think I need to go lay down maybe.
Yeah, well, just remember, this is not home. I'll have to stay here.
Oh, yeah.
You will not be allowed to go lay down. Okay, we got that all squared away. Roll call, please.
Let's go with trustee Thomas,
Aye.
trustee McGuire,
Aye.
trustee Harney,
Aye.
trustee Diatley,
Aye.
trustee Bo,
Aye.
trustee Thorne.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, the motion so passes. Okay, effective May 1st. The sewer rate for the flat rate units in the village will be $100 per month versus the current $75. Okay.
Little background is that Wendy left just about a year ago. And, she's still doing her utility billing function remotely. However, the other part of the function was, being a receptionist for, the administrative side. With her gone, that puts a lot of pressure on, Sharon and myself to have someone here in order to cover. We've been able to manage and we have not had to close the office at all. But that also means that I'm not taking my vacation as much as I should. Sharon, when Sharon does go on vacation, that means, I'm doing all of everything, my job and all the reception jobs and everything like that. There's also a need on the police side because a similar situation happens when Becky needs to go on vacation. We have to close the door for the police side. Sometimes they're able to get help, but most often they're not. And so with that, we would like to hire a part-time person to cover the administrative and police side. The person we have interviewed, the chief had known personally, and she's familiar with both the police and administrative side. I think her regular part-time job is with Qualcomm.
Correct.
So she knows, village, the way villages operate and stuff like that. And we would actually fulfill a need on her part too, of giving her the flexibility. She's, a parent with a child, but she lives nearby, and so she'd be able to get here, relatively quickly. And, if she needs to take time off or whatever, we're able to accommodate that, but it would just take the pressure off of the office staff. She's not able to start until April 15th. We have it in the budget for starting in May first, but we would like to hire as soon as we can, which would be April 15th.
Which we do just one payroll. then going into the-
One payroll, yes.
And we have funds in this year's
Yes.
budget to cover that.
Yes, we have more than enough funds from excess interest, above what we had anticipated getting. To have covered for that. Did you want that?
Yeah, just to give you a background, a little bit more background, she was a clerk in South Barrington for us, so she's very familiar with obviously all the police end of it, but also worked with MSI, which is the software program we use to do all of our billing. So finding somebody like that can fit both sides is kind of like finding a unicorn. And we're just lucky that, I happen to be able to reach out.
Like Mythical Village.
The mythical,
Well,
exactly.
we've got
So
one.
we found a mythical employee as well.
And you're interviewing, so is she staying on with Quadcom as well? Okay, so she's just, and what kind of hours are we looking at here? I'm sorry, I know there's
She
shop
would
vacation.
basically be working like morning hours.
Okay.
The 8 to, when Sharon gets in 11, when we would have Joanne or whenever. Becky would, need
Total
her
of
in for
15,
whatever.
20 hours a week.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And the salary is.
$20 an hour,
$20 an
which is, she was willing to accept that, which is far less than she normally gets in her part-time jobs.
Looking through her resume, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a win-win for everybody and for the residents too.
Absolutely.
I have put together a little bit of a job description. We're just, fine tuning it. Some of the other things that, we'd like her to do would be our records retention. We haven't really had a chance to keep up with that, and this way we can distribute some records with the state's approval and, clean out our storage and things like that. So.
Yeah, and we talked also about, we've got boxes of police files up in the attic from, I think, the 1950s. That could be digitized and then again, get rid of paper and 50,000 pounds of paper that's hanging above our heads in the attic.
I remember that fire just down here, wasn't it a storage facility? Went up a couple of years ago.
Once-
Looked for a couple of days,
Yeah, paper's not a good thing to burn.
takes a long time.
I mean, I know that, yes, you said she's a unicorn. I'm not, it looks wonderful, but was there any other interest from anybody or did we?
We didn't post.
Okay,
Yeah, we didn't post it. It was, because of the personal relationship and we know the work
Yeah.
ethic and background of this person,
and it's
we felt
so well.
comfortable. Hmm?
And it seems that she fits so well.
She really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
It's a unique training.
yes. And with her being, she lives in West Dundee, so she's very close and, but her kid gets dropped off at 7:30 at school. So being here at 8 o'clock to open is no problem at all. And, that was one of the big concerns is getting here, I come 30 miles and, sometimes there's car accidents on the expressway and stuff like that, but I've always managed to get here on time, but, it's nice to have a backup.
And we've been then,
Yes.
we have been.
I'd like
We've
to
been
move to
hired
hire
two months.
Melissa Powell for the admin police receptionist at part-time, as discussed.
Starting April 1st at $20 an hour,
And
April
on April
15th.
April 15th.
April 15th?
April 15th.
Okay.
Second.
Moved by Bo, seconded by Thorne to authorize the hiring of Melissa Powell to start April 15th at an annual salary hourly wage of $20 per hour in a part-time position. Any further comments, questions, or discussion concerning the hiring of a new employee? There being none, roll call please.
Trustee Thomas,
Aye.
trustee Hardy,
Aye.
trustee McGuire,
Aye.
trustee Diatley,
Aye.
trustee Vogt,
Aye.
trustee Thorne.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes, the motion so carries. We welcome Melissa Powell to the Village of Sleepy Hollow staff.
Just want to give you a couple updates. Last year or in this current year's budget, we said that we wanted to do an upgrade of MSI. That hopefully will be installed on Thursday for a time of testing, and then, once the testing is done, then we'll convert everything over, to the new version. So this has kind of been a long time in coming. We're just hoping that it smooths out the process. We have had some issues when multiple people are on the, application at the same time, where everything just kind of comes to a halt. And so we're hoping that this upgrade will take care of that. Last time I had mentioned that we've gotten the DECO grant, and I've been working with them to see if we can use that money towards the crane project so that we can get that all done this year rather than having it done piecemeal, but still be able to pick up the mini excavator so we can do the other projects that Kyle needs to get done. The bank, First American, has been pushing us to do positive pay. What positive pay is that we would, like the checks that were issued, we would send them a list of the payees and the amounts and the dates and stuff like that. And then as the checks would come through, they would match them against that list. And if it doesn't match that list, they would kick the check out. And then I or Sharon would have to personally approve the check before it got cashed. It is a great, wonderful tool to protect the village and the bank in fraud. But my contention with it is that if I'm protecting the bank, why should we be paying to protect them? And so I pushed back on that, and I says, I don't have a problem with doing this positive pay, but I don't want to pay for it. And so they have graciously agreed that they will do the program free of charge for us. So this way the bank will have that fraud protection, and it doesn't cost us any. And then I also pushed back on them. We have a money market account with them. It's a public funds money market account. Well, we were always getting interest on it. And then I noticed that after we paid off Locust, that we stopped getting interest. And then I learned that this has a $100,000 minimum balance. And with our current funds for MFT, we'll never have that again until we reduce Sleepy Hollow. And so I pushed back on them that, why do we have our money in the bank if we can't get interest on it? And we would have had to have $1 million in that account in order to get the 5% rate that we're getting elsewhere. And the problem with MFT money is it's our money, but it's not really our money, it's the state's money. And it has a separate audit process with the state. So we hold on to it, but it really isn't ours until we spend it. So they bent the rules a little bit, and even though we're a public entity, they're going to give us a commercial money market account where we will be able to get interest on balances as low as $25,000. Much better than the regular checking account rate, but not quite as good as the rates for the public funds. The website, after we did the budget, I got a bill on Thursday for the new amount for the website. And they says that they have done their best to maintain the flat rate. However, they're going to have to give us an increase, 28%. $1,100. So I have a phone call tomorrow with them, and I'm gonna be pushing back on that rate of an increase, considering the horrible transition to the new website. Their justification is, oh, well, we're giving you all these new features and stuff like that. Well, we didn't ask for these features. We don't need these features, and they don't help us. And, we don't want to have to pay for them. So we'll see what happens. And I am not opposed to looking somewhere else next year, if this doesn't improve. I think that's all I got.
Real quick, hey Eugene, I got a question over the weekend from a resident up in Saddle Club, and she says she got an email saying we lost all of our email records, so re-register your email, but just, I didn't have an answer, but they said they emailed me on my old email that I had, why can't we just use those? I'm
Okay,
like, I don't know.
So what happens is with the old system, like when I would do an announcement out to the people, it was, all I had to do is hit a button to say, you know, send out the email.
Okay,
And then I would send out a test email, and then once that test email was good, it would send a list out to everybody. What I have to do now is, in order to get them sent out, is that there's a limit on the number of people through our regular email system that can go through. So I have to copy from the website onto an email and send it multiple packets out. And then I keep getting the bounced ones and all that, so I've been having to go through the list. One of the things that really irked me is that with this change, if they had told me we were losing our email list, I would have sent this out through the website before the change. They never told me we were losing our email list. And so now I've had to go and do this extra work. So we're talking that it's adding a lot of step and a lot of work onto sending out a message. And I can't do that forever.
For more money.
Because I'm
Yeah.
maintaining multiple email lists.
That's
about-
always your problem. He went hunting for them.
okay,
Yeah,
that
I
answers.
had to,
What about using a service like Constant Contact or
I
something like
was
that?
looking into it and it's expensive.
Okay,
John had mentioned that there was like a nonprofit type thing, but you're limited to the number of contacts you can have and the number of emails you can send out. And so when I compared the price of, MailChimp, Constant Contact, and I think there was another one out there, it was cheaper to continue to send the emails through the website. We do pay extra for that. One of the things that people have been complaining about is that there is a privacy policy and you have to sign up and, give them your name. And before, all you needed to do was enter an email address. And, I understand, their concern, however, that we don't have any control over that. If they want the emails, messages, that's what the website is requiring. Anything else?
Anything else for? No? Okay. Thank you, Gene. Been a busy man this past week. See what happens once the budget gets done?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for the finance. Comments from the public. Did anybody sign in this evening? No? All right. Okay, we can just pass the blank list over to the clerk so he can report officially that I heard all comments this evening. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Joe. Moves us to the trustee reports, roads and parks. Mr. Harney.
It's that time of year again when we order salt through the state of Illinois for next season. This season, we've used very little salt. I don't know whether to be happy about that or not, but anyways, Kyle wants to order 500 tons, which is the minimum. The pricing for salt comes out in October, and that's when we would formally vote as a board to finance that. So it's kind of just a courtesy thing. See if anybody has any objection to order 500 tons of salt, setting that up with the state at this time.
That'd be about, what, 250 tons shy of what we've bought in the past, where you typically buy about
Yes.
750
Yeah,
tons.
yes, I think we were at 700 last year, so. We'll still have a full salt barn.
So we'll have an excess of salt.
Yeah.
Is we're gonna have to find storage for that or pay the supplier.
If the winters continue like they have with very little salt usage, something's gonna have to change somewhere, either at the state level or here, just for storage capacity. So,
Okay, so we got that coming up in the future. The purchase of the salt.
yes, yes,
That's it.
that's it.
All right, thank you, Ed. Next item is finance, Mr. Thorne.
No report.
Thank you, Mark. Water and sewer, Ms. Fox.
That was all covered with our discussion on finance, so no report.
Thank you, Courtney. Police and public safety, Mr. Diatley.
Yeah, a couple things. You all have in your packet the letter from the chief, about getting the new police car on order because it took so long to get the last one. How long did it take, chief? A year?
It was it was 18 months, and then we had to cancel the order because they told us we couldn't get it, so.
So this year we would like to go ahead, so with that, and hopefully you read it, I'd like to make a motion that we allow the chief to pursue and place the order for the new, police squad, in the amount no greater than $43,000, and that is for the car only. That's not any of the lights or the radios or equipping it inside.
Just a correction, Steve.
Yeah, we had
42?
42 there, and Chief and I were talking, and we decided to go 43 just because it's,
Okay.
we're not exactly sure where it is until he actually.
Well, we don't even have to put any money down.
No,
This is just.
No funding.
strictly just,
Okay.
yeah, just to cover it, yeah.
So we're looking at $43,000. All right. Second,
Second.
Bo, all right. We have a motion to authorize the chief to put in to place a purchase order for a new police vehicle, with a price not to exceed $43,000. Moved and seconded. Any comments, questions, or discussion on that? No further comments, questions, or discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee McGuire,
Aye.
trustee Thorne,
Aye.
trustee Harney,
Aye.
trustee Thomas,
Aye.
trustee Diatley,
Aye.
and trustee Bo.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes, it carries. Well,
Just one other thing, you'll see the activity report, that the chief provided. Chief, are you seeing any different trends going on with the reports or what?
No, I kind of monitor a little bit of what's being said on the social media sites as well and kind of filter out the nonsense, but there's been a lot of conversation about the drag races on Randall Road, and I know that's been an ongoing problem. Most of that is happening west of Randall Road. Problem is all that sound kind of funnels right into town. Elgin is aware of it, they've been made aware of it, they've kind of gone after it a couple times. The problem is these groups are pretty organized, and they'll actually scout out areas in advance before they come out and do their own reconnaissance and make sure there's not a lot of police in the area, then they hit it pretty quick, and then they go to another area, so it's really hit and miss, but you know, we're doing what we can with it.
I got a place for them out in Hastings, Nebraska. They can roar all they want, nobody will say a thing. Okay,
Nothing further.
all right, thank you, chief, thank you, Steve. Move on to the next one, building and environment, Ms. McGuire.
No report.
Thank you, Jennifer. Building and zoning, Mrs. Thomas.
I have a couple questions on some billing charges. One of them, that 1001 West Main, where's this at? And,
West Main is the old Midway Motors.
okay, because couldn't figure out where it was at, and I was just trying to find out what the billing was for the retention pond. I didn't know there was a retention pond back there.
Yes. It's
Okay.
the whole strip mall. And the part
Oh,
behind 1001 is their responsibility. The part behind the strip mall is their responsibility.
okay, all right, so that answers that. And then I had another question about 1208 Timber. I know that they had applied for an original permit that we had talked about, and then that one, they had to reapply. And there was a charge for I think it was $120 or something for the cancellation fee. And then I thought they would get a credit for that original less the $100 and whatever dollars. Is that not correct?
Well, I don't know, Kelly. Mrs. Detmer's not with us this evening.
Okay,
Just you call Mrs. Detmer or Eugene tomorrow.
okay,
Nope.
not a problem. That's all I had.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Oh, it moves us to old business and the old business to come before the board. There being no old business to come before the board, it takes us to new business. Old business, yes?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Thomas,
Aye.
trustee McGuire,
Aye.
trustee Harney,
Right.
trustee Thorne. Trustee Bo,
Aye.
trustee Diatley.
All right,
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes. We are adjourned. See you all on Monday, April 1st.
That's Easter Monday, is that a holiday? No. Okay.
Just an April.